Tony, you want to step out for a second?
Yes.
Mr. Jones. Just because it's our policy, I know I read this to you in the car, I'm going to read it again. You've agreed to answer some questions for us, I just want you to hear this again. Before we ask you any questions, you must understand you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. You understand these, and you're willing to talk to us?
Yes.
You and I met before. We met at your house, and you gave me, we asked you a couple of questions, and we talked about it a little bit, but why don't you tell me why you think you're here right now?
Well, son, with that situation.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what do you think is the reason why we brought you in?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you think I got something to do with it. I'm assuming if I'm getting arrested.
I mean, there's a couple of things you told us before. Like, why don't you run through that morning when you guys woke up at that? What hotel were you at?
I'm not familiar with the New York experience, but I just remember they was arguing and fighting and stuff over one of the guys, Gucci or something, over the theft of her clothing.
Theft of her clothing.
Yeah, that's where they was arguing. Everything went like
Do you know who took her clothing?
That's what they say he did.
Gucci did?
That's what.
But you don't know. You didn't see it.
I was asleep in the corner. They would sleep together. The girl, the older lady.
Kimmy, right?
Yes. And like I was there to get my cousins on it, because I came there for the little Pete thing. You know that happened. That's the only reason why I was in there. So I don't really know her, Gucci. That was my first time meeting all of them except Ned. So like I was there just for the night, and I was leaving with my cousins because they say they was coming to New York. So it's like, oh, okay. So now I gotta wait back to Jersey, after the thing. But that's what everything went wrong. Like when that happened, because she did not take that very well. She said she spent a lot of money on this other stuff, and the other girl, made it seem like, oh, well, fuck it, like throwing keys and all that shit. Everything just went crazy.
So they're going at it in the hotel.
Yeah.
Her and Kim.
Yeah. So the person I am, I'm trying to fix the situation. Like, everybody pull out, calm down, type stuff. She's crying and going crazy, and like that's like where everything's going. She want everybody out. Like she said, she got something to do in the morning. She need her rest. She can't hear it because they making noise in New York. I don't know. It was just a lot of stuff happening so fast, and I'm not really the drama person or like around that type of environment, me personally. So it's like I don't know what to do. Like I'm here. Like I need to, I put myself in this predicament because everybody cool. I don't know like if he stole it or not, but who else did?
Yeah.
Type thing. So it's like, you feel me? It was just too much. Like to be honest.
So you were trying to be nice and give her a ride home, or how did that?
No. What happened was when she kicked everybody out, McNair was trying to go. Then Gucci left. He left early before everybody. He left, I guess, his flight or something and all that. So that's what kind of made it seem like everything Yeah, and she was with him all night and all that stuff, whatever they doing, I don't know. So next thing, my cousins and them called and all that, saying, oh, we're gonna be in like the main area type thing. Like, I don't know really like the streets offhand, to be honest, but she was like, oh, I live near there. Like, you feel me? You could catch a Lyft or Uber, one of them with me and meet him like around there. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So the whole time she was talking about that, trying to get in contact with him. I guess she wasn't aware that he was leaving. So the whole time, that's all she's doing. She's like, I'm gonna catch a flight to LA and all this other stuff. So she's like even asking advice what I think she should do. Like, you know, she's like gonna call the police and all that. Or I might just knock on his door, his girlfriend door and all this other stuff. So I like, look, to be honest, get some calls, make sure, you know, don't do nothing like out of the norm and all that. Cause I don't know him like that, and I don't know you like that. So like, best thing is call your parents, like make sure everything good. Like, you know, give her suggestions, cause it's clothing materialistic. You could get like, you know, at any time. It's materialistic. To me, that's worthless. So, you know, that's what basically what I was giving her. So that time, I probably was there probably like at least 20, 23 minutes, like around that time frame.
Where at her?
Yeah, at her residence, all that stuff. She's like, the whole time she was just trying to call him though and all that stuff. Get in contact with him, get in contact with the studio guy. Just trying to like piece everything up, because I don't know what they had going on or what they had, because it seemed like, you know, they had a relation. I don't know, but he got a girlfriend, so I don't really know what situation it was in. So that's where we left off at though.
No, so just explain it to me. Take me back to that time. You guys are in the Uber or Lyft.
Yeah.
And she's on the phone trying to blow up Gucci, whatever, trying to get in touch.
Once we got in the room, she asked me, because the one person that I did have with the guy Leon from the studio. So she was like having me there like the whole time, trying to get in contact with him to like see if he'll reply before I leave, so he could like verify, because they was there like last night before we left, like them two all night. So they was partying, doing what they doing. So I contacted him, and then once he like verified, I was like, she left with it, so she was like, okay. So I had it on in the Uber with him and all that. Where did it go? So put two and two together.
Yeah.
He took all whatever.
But I mean, like, so I don't understand exactly how it goes from you saying, like, I have to meet my cousins in this area. She says, oh, that's close to my house. And then she says, come hang out with me?
No. She was saying we can catch a Lyft, like Uber.
Car together.
Yeah, the crib. As soon as my cousin called, I could, like, leave.
No. So how long were you in the apartment for?
Like 20, 23 minutes. I wasn't, like, really long.
Yeah.
You were saying before that they were having a fight at the hotel,
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
And you were saying that you're not, you know, with the
Yeah, I
drama.
I don't know. Like,
Well, just in general, and you
Yeah.
said that you prefer to like calm the situation down.
yeah,
right?
that's what I do for a living. Like, that's my living, trying to, like, help everybody, you know. That's what I do. So, but that's overall, like, the situation like that happened.
So you're there, about 20 minutes goes by. Why do you remember that it was 20 minutes? It was just real fast?
I'm just saying, like, it was at least about, like, 20 or half an hour. Like, I wasn't there too long, you know what I mean? Because, like, I was, like, waiting for my cousins and stuff. Then I found out we got to catch a bus. We caught a bus, like, a 2-hour away. They went to some place, and then we had to catch one all the way to Philadelphia and stuff. So it was just, like, a time frame, though. But it was, like, around that. Like,
Did he call you when he was out front?
No, he wasn't out front. I met him, like, I know I made it right out the place she lived at. They made a left. Like, it was, like, looked like a little park thing. And it's, like, all the stores and stuff. So I don't know if that's, like, Manhattan, the main part. But, like, we been right there. So, like, that's, like, all I, like, really.
How was she when you left?
She was, like, crying up with, like, she had, like, a little dog and stuff. And she was telling me, like, they was all there. Like, she basically was, like, it's crazy because I had them, like, giving them money, like, taking care of them. They slept in my apartment and all this stuff. Like, she was just, like, busy. I guess, like, devastated that she's treating her like that after, like, she introduced me to Gucci type thing and all that. Which I understand, because vice versa. I'm just, like, getting to know y'all. I'm thinking everybody got their own thing situated. This is the music business and all that stuff. Who steals and stuff, like, that's what, like like really, like I understand where she's coming from. That fucked me up. Who's stealing the clothes and stuff? If you claim you got all this money and all this stuff going on, that's stuff I don't like. So like, I felt where she's coming from. Like, give her stuff, and plus I'm putting myself around these people, so it's like, damn, who am I around? Like, you know, I'm thinking, I ain't gonna lie, I'm thinking everybody got everything going on. They got their own money. Everybody got their own thing going on. You know, we're here for the death of Pete. Like, you know, his memorial. That's why we there. So I'm thinking that's all of it. Like, honestly, 100%. That's all, like, what was going on. So that, like, I hate stuff like that. Like, it's sad to me.
So, you leave there, you said your word was crying. She was crying with the dog?
She was tearing up, like, crying, like, kept calling his phone and stuff.
Like getting angry. She was
trying to figure out that, but you know, I gave her the best advice and stuff, and like that's like all I really remember.
So I mean, we've been on this case for a long time, and like I saw the video of you go in with her and then you leave. Would you believe that was like an hour and a half? Would you say that's a reasonable thing from 20 minutes to an hour and a half?
Hour and a half.
Yeah, like you were in there for a long time.
Really?
It was a lot longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah. So I don't know.
An hour more.
It was an hour.
Hour more than 20 minutes.
So my question then is like, what were you doing in that time? When was it just talking to that girl? Like, what was happening during that time?
Okay. She introduced me once we got around. Introduced to the little dog and stuff, feeding the dog and stuff. Watching her little some show. I forgot what show it is. It's one of them things like my mom would watch. I don't want to say Love and Hip Hop, but one of them shows and stuff. She's sitting there, and then we're waiting for the guy Dion to call and stuff. Sitting here trying to text him. He finally replied, gets up and all that stuff. And then she's trying to, I guess, go on his Instagram, the boy Gucci and stuff. Keep trying to call him. I guess trying to like, you know, make sure everything like, I don't know what's going on in her head with all this, because I don't really know her personally, so I don't know. But that's like the whole time we were just trying to get that like situated.
Okay, you were trying to calm her down.
Yeah, that was the main thing, like, out of the whole thing, we was trying to get situated. So, I'm thinking it was like 20, 30, because the Uber ride probably was like 10, 12 minutes. And then we got there, and that's mainly what just happened, though. And then once I left, she was good to me. Not like good on it, like, oh, she's happy, but she was like, I didn't see no like signs of like trying to harm herself or anything. Like she seemed okay to me.
Yeah. So she has this show on, and it's you guys are watching TV. She's trying to blow up Gucci. Finally, Dion.
That's mainly like
that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what happened. She just put on her show with her dog, and was sitting there trying to find herself.
She never asked you for anything.
No.
Did you have anything on you at that time?
No.
No?
I'm never that person. I'm the last person. I tell everybody that because most people honestly look at me, we think I do the craziest stuff. If anybody know me, look at my background and history, I probably drink a little wine and liquor and stuff. I don't do nothing, and people could be surprised. I'm like, wow, I guess because of my image and all that stuff.
Well, I'm not surprised that you don't do anything, but you need to make money, and selling is an easy way to make money. Right?
Well, I got a security license. I work at a security job. So I have my own business. I do that.
Yeah.
I don't need.
So you don't sell. You don't sell.
My mom is a school teacher. My dad do his little security cleaning stuff. I never had like. I'm spoiled. I'm gonna be honest. I never have no reason to be desperate, need money and stuff. That's even the reason why I'm out here. All my family, everybody support me. They break their back for this. So I've never been in no predicament that I need to abuse myself. You know that I love my life, like, you know. Yeah. So, and I want everybody else to do it.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm not really asking if you do it. I don't care if you do it. Right. I'm asking if you sell it.
Oh, no.
You don't sell?
No.
You would never?
I would never sell a dress. No, never in my life. No.
Yeah.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I wanted to get your perspective on it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you had a little Pete die, and that was tragic for you guys, and you know, associating with people like that have serious problems.
And that's like my biggest concern because I'm around people like, even from stealing and all that, and people have a lot of mental problems and they be giving people prescriptions and all that other stuff. And there's so much going on nowadays. And that's why I'm trying to be like the one, like, they can look up to and get guidance and all that. So when stuff like this happen, it like really like kill you inside because like, this is another life and stuff.
Yeah,
Who
of
knows
course.
what the future with folds and stuff. So many people that need help out there.
Yeah.
So stuff like this really gets me.
Were you there the whole weekend for the Pete Memorial?
I was mainly there like the day when they did like the big memorial. I barely
Out on Long Island, I think it was something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, you hung out for the next like day or two until you left like Diana's apartment, right, to go with your cousins. Okay. So was it like 2 days, give or take?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was my first time meeting Gucci and stuff. And like I said last time, I thought they was like a couple. Like, you feel me personally, that's all I thought.
You thought they were a couple?
Yeah, but they was, I don't know what was going on.
Did you went to the recording studio with them?
Yeah.
How was that?
Everything was good. They was sitting there chilling, but they stood longer in the back room, little studio thing. I guess they got, and we like left them. Everything was good though. They was basically introducing them, showing, oh, this is the penthouse. You could do a video there. Everybody was chilling at the studio, but them two stood longer. That's all I remember. And they called the Uber back, and that was the night that the stuff was missing and stuff.
I mean, look, recording studios, house parties the night before.
Right.
There's a lot of things that go on. You and I both know that.
Right.
Drinking, drugs, things like that. Did you see anything like that going on?
See, that night, to be 100% honest, they didn't have nothing like none of that stuff.
Which night?
The studio.
The studio. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. And everybody had locals, including me. We had 4 locals. That's what one of the little, I don't know, runners, engineers, they went to go get. He did get people 4 locals, but that's a definite.
Nothing else was brought to the studio?
Not that I saw.
Okay.
Who were you with on the studio night? Who was there?
The same people.
Can you name them for me? Just so I know.
Kimmy, Magnet, Gucci, her, and Dion, and I don't know the rest of the people.
And you said no drugs at all?
No, not that I saw.
Not that you saw.
No.
Yeah. Would you be surprised if there was drugs there?
Well, like he just said, the studio and all that, like, it's everywhere. I won't be surprised.
Yeah. But where would you have been that you wouldn't have seen it?
Well, I'm sitting in the chair, like, I don't know. I just be in my own zone, definitely with music. I'm like always focused on music. So whatever, like everybody else do,
You just
I don't pay no mind to other people, to be honest. That's what I'm saying. Like her, I don't know what she did, what she had, what kind of, her person. I don't know nothing about her. I just met the girl.
Okay.
Her name. I don't know nothing about her. So I wouldn't know. I wouldn't come at nobody. Even like I don't know. I don't do stuff like that.
Come at somebody how?
Like I would never come at anybody like with drugs or anything. I won't come at people like that.
No.
I would never know. And plus I don't know her and I don't know all these people I'm around and I'm only there for a death that just happened over a drug overdose and stuff. Over that type of stuff.
How did you get invited there?
Well, from Lil Pete, his whole
Who invited you though?
his the manager Sky, you got Lil Tracy, it was everybody wanted like me to show.
I know, but who reached out to you to tell you about it? That you were invited.
Well, Blue, but everybody, but that's the main person I went there. His name Emmett.
Okay.
Wiggy, it was a lot of people, but that's the main person.
So, like I said before, my job I'm a special agent with the DEA, and what I'm trying to do right now is I know what happened that night. Like we can sit here and bullshit about it, and it's cool, but I already know what happened. And what I'm trying to do is help you save yourself, and because you could help me. The person that gave you what was given there during the times that you were having, during the time of that weekend. The person that gave that to you is the person that I'm interested in.
Not you.
I don't really care about you. And I understand that you could say, like, I've never done it before, I've never sold, I've never done any of this stuff, and it's all bullshit, and I know you're lying. And you gotta ask yourself, how do I know that you're lying? You gotta really think about that. How do I know? I already know you're lying, so it doesn't matter to me.
Mike, a lot of the questions that we're asking you, we already have the answers to, and we're trying to see if you're going to be truthful with us, and in the big majority of this, you have not been. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? We know that you had things there with you that weekend. We know that you supplied it to other people. Okay? We know that you supplied it to her. Now our question to you is, the biggest concern, and this makes a huge difference, is that did you know that the stuff that she took that day with you in her apartment had fentanyl in it, or did you not know?
Bro, I did not give nobody stuff. Definitely not in her apartment. And definitely with no fentanyl. Definitely not with that. That's the same thing. I just heard
Well, do you know the difference?
I literally just heard about that when the overdose of Lil P. About the fentanyl, all that stuff and all that. And I would never do that. I would never.
Stop. The guy that you get your stuff from is the guy that I'm interested in. In order for me to use you the way I want to, you have to be honest. If you're not going to be honest and we're not going to talk about it, we don't have to waste our time here. I'm trying to help you, and you should think about this as an opportunity. Because if not, you're in serious shit for what happened there. We could use each other. You tell me the truth, and I can help you. If you don't tell the truth here, then our business is done. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. This is a waste of my time. I already know you gave the girl. I already know that. The question is did you know fentanyl was in it, and where did you get it from? Those are the two most important questions to me. Did you know that there was fentanyl in that dose, and where did you get it from? Because the where did you get it from is why I'm at this table. If not, it would just be these guys.
Now, Mike, think about that too. I mean, someone's gonna get in trouble, and it's the last person. You understand? Do you want to be the last person right now?
No.
All right. So answer my man's questions, please.
No.
No what?
I did not know it was fentanyl in it.
What did you think it was that you gave her?
To be honest, I don't even know. I don't know, like.
Come on, don't.
No, I'm really not trying to do that.
Then tell me what happened when you came into that apartment.
Truthfully this time, please, because now we have to ask you like this.
And start from the beginning. Were you called to bring stuff? Like, I already lost my patience. He has a lot more patience than me. Like, start from the beginning. Were you called to bring stuff there? Is that what your function was there? And listen, it is what it is at this point, okay? So start from who called you, who told you what to bring what. It's all, we already know, so you gotta come with it, or we're gonna, like he said, we're gonna walk out, and then you're on your own.
Tell me what happened when you got invited into her place.
Okay. Well, she was sitting on the bed, everything that I just said, watching TV and all that other stuff. She's crying and all that stuff. So she knew we had they had a little stuff left over, and they thought they was doing coke. Okay, they was doing cocaine and stuff.
Cool.
Yes,
Cool.
everybody, they were doing cocaine. So basically, I did not know this. Definitely didn't know.
Well, what did you think it was? Just heroin? That's it?
I just thought it was cocaine, to be honest. If that's anything.
So what did she act? So she's on the bed. You were saying that she's on the bed. All the things that you said are true. She's on the bed and she says to you what?
That's what she wanted. With a bottle of
She's like, do you have any coke?
Yes.
How did she say it? Tell me. You gotta tell me the story.
She's crying, like everything I was saying, the emotion, she's crying and stuff, sitting there asking for more. Like, that's what she do heavy. I'm gonna be honest. That's what she's doing. She asking for that and all that stuff. And I don't do none of that stuff and all that. So I probably had one or something. looked like a sentimental square, like dead ass like a square. No. But that's what she like.
Was it taped shut?
I think so. Like you had to use your fingertips though.
So like almost like an envelope.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So
Was there a symbol on it or no?
I don't think it was.
No.
What about any of the other stuff that looked like that you were using that weekend? Did it have any kind of signature markings on it, stampings, anything?
No, it all looked the same. All looked the same.
Just a plastic bag, plastic square.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me, she asked for it.
Yeah.
What did she say?
No, she asked for it, and that's all she got. She put it in her little, one of her pocketbooks or something. She put it in her stuff, like, she put it over there and all that.
Stop. She asks you for it, and then she just drops it in her purse.
Yeah, you made it sound like she needs it, but then she doesn't need it immediately.
No, she said it's because I'm, like, during the time I'm leaving, though, and she, like, that's what she asked for. Dead ass. I'm not even, like, bullshitting around and stuff no more. I'm not even being funny or swear on everything. That's what she asked for before I'm leaving and all that. Try to make sure she's good and all that stuff.
She didn't do it in front of you.
No, she did not do it.
You guys were there for an hour and a half. She didn't do it in front of you.
She did not do it in front of me. I promise, you know. I'm so serious. I don't sit there and see not one of them do that in front of me.
Were you using that weekend?
No,
No.
I don't do that stuff.
No, you don't do it. Maybe you don't do it now, but what about then?
No, I definitely don't do it. I don't do it. No, I don't do none of that.
You weren't using heroin then?
No, I never done that stuff. Never done none of that. Ever.
Where'd you get it?
It's some big guy, I don't know his name specifically, all that stuff. I can try to.
Where is it?
Last time I checked, like, he'd be around and stuff, but he was, like, downtown and pull out.
Downtown.
Yeah. He be traveling back and forth, like.
In New Jersey?
He'd be back in New Jersey and New York. He'd be, like, transporting and stuff.
You have his number in your phone?
No.
How do you get in touch with him?
He, like, just be around, like, everybody, like, know him type stuff. Like, he's a big, heavyweighted guy.
What do you call him?
I don't call him, like, I don't really get this, like, on a regular type stuff.
Not what do you call him? What is his name? What do you
That's
refer
what I'm saying. I don't know what to call him, but, like, people in the streets would, like, you know what I mean, type thing. I don't know what to call him. They know, they was like, oh, the guy on, like.
So how do you get it?
He bought it to us.
Yes. How did you get in touch with him in order to do this?
We drove up, like, on one of the blocks, like, that's where they be around. Like, downtown, or they be out pull out, like, one of the cars or something or stuff.
Describe it.
It's like, what's the joint? It was like a burgundy, I don't want to say a Crown Vic. I don't want to say a Crown Vic. So, I know it was a burgundy car, though, definitely. But he was like a big, overweight guy.
A black guy?
Yeah.
An overweight black guy driving a burgundy what? Minivan?
Nah, it was a four-door.
And you just knew that guy had. So you drive up to him and you ask him.
Yeah,
Does he know you?
not like that.
This story seems strange to me.
I'm not even bullshitting. It's not. I swear on everything. I'm telling you.
See, there's a couple of things that I know that make whatever you're saying bullshit to me. But if you want to stay with that, that's fine. Like I told you before, either we're honest with each other or we're not. It's your choice. It's totally your choice. Like the fact that the heroin thing. Let's talk about the heroin thing. You're saying that you thought that was cocaine, right? I know that's a blatant lie.
I swear on everything.
And we know that you use, or used then.
And we know that you sell specifically heroin. Or at least did sell heroin.
Gosh, no.
You're saying no?
No.
Come on, man. We're at a business table. We're trying to do business. And you're losing it. You're losing me. I'm about to leave. I'm tired. I'm about to leave. I already know the answers to these questions. I don't understand what you're not getting. You're making a terrible, terrible error in judgment.
I'm not even like, yo.
That's fine. That's fine. You know what you gave the girl killed her, right? Do you know that? Are we clear?
I did not know that.
I'm sure you thought that. Right?
You were the last one to be with her. The very last person happens to be the guy that gives her a drug that she doesn't wake up from. You're the guy. You killed that girl.
In case you were thinking that wasn't the possibility, that's what happened. Okay. Also, very friendly with a lot of the hotels down in Lower Manhattan. I got a call from a hotel back in February. It was around Valentine's Day. They said that some sort of drug transaction had taken place in their hotel lobby. They showed me video, because that's what the head of security over there does. And I see you, and someone else, sitting in their lobby. You want to explain that to me?
Yes.
Please, go ahead.
It was for Magnet.
What was it? Yeah, no shit.
Okay? Do us a favor. We've shown you multiple times that we know more than you think we know. Stop resisting telling us the truth. Okay? Because we don't want to pull this out of you. We're done pulling it out of you. You understand what I'm saying? Okay?
Yeah, and so like I said,
So you know you gave her a glassine of heroin because you understand what a glassine of heroin is. Because you sold glassines of heroin knowing what it is. Correct?
I didn't sell it.
The fact that it's heroin and you didn't, and it doesn't matter to me if you thought it was coke or you thought it was heroin and you gave it to her and killed her because it had fentanyl in it. That doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter
If
if
you
she
gave her
you
coke
money.
and it had fentanyl in it and she died, it's the same thing. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. It's not any worse because it was heroin with fentanyl. It could have been cocaine with fentanyl. But we're looking for transparency. We're looking for clarity and honesty. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Tell us.
Okay. Once I got down there, linked up with Magnet and stuff. A lot of people, that's what he does.
Magnet does what?
Okay.
Alright, so you go to this girl's apartment.
Yes.
So what happens for real this time when you're in her apartment?
That's what she asked for.
She asks you for heroin.
That's what she asked for.
The girl that only does cocaine says to you, I want to do heroin.
So is that a lie before that she only does cocaine, or she does both?
She does both. At one of the parties and stuff, that's what they was asking for. That's what they did.
Did you see her prior to you in the apartment do anything, heroin, anything like that? You
Heroin,
personally, did
no,
you see it? At the studio, at the hotel room.
At the party the night before.
At the party that she went in the bathroom to do cocaine and stuff, and upstairs, yes.
She was doing cocaine.
That's what she said it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the first time I actually met her. At the same time, I met her an hour before that.
understand? So you're back at her apartment. She asked you for it.
Yeah.
She asked you for cocaine or for heroin?
She asked for both. She had basically anything.
Because she was upset. She was like,
that's
I'll
what
do
she.
anything.
That's what she. No, that's what she does. Like so.
Okay. So you take it out. Where did you have it?
I had it in. I had like a little pouch thing.
Like this?
No, I had like it's like a bad thing though. I be having like weird stuff like that.
Okay. You take it out.
Yes.
You and I both know they get taped shut, right? Did you rip it open for her? Did she rip it open? Did she open it? How did it go? Break it down for me, super simple. She opened it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She asked you how to do it though.
No.
No?
She stored it like Coke? She loaded it like,
Yeah.
okay. And then what happened? Please continue.
She was good. Like she said she was good. I'm making like sure she's good and everything. She told me she was fine and stuff, and she was just texting her mom. She said and all that. But after that, she was good. Like right when I left, she was good.
She didn't lay down in the bed?
Well, she was in the bed. Yeah. She was like sitting there like. She was like sitting up, like with the dog, like just petting the dog when I was in there.
Did you know? Could you see it in her eyes that she was going down? Or
No, she was just crying, like sniffling, like a lot.
yeah.
That's what I noticed.
Sniffling like what? Just like, she just had like a runny nose from crying, or she had a nosebleed, or like what?
No, she had no. I'm thinking she just like crying like good. Like this is the stuff she does all the time. So high tolerance and stuff like Pete and all these people that be around doing all this stuff. They be doing like 20, 30. I'm like, wow, like.
See,
So the time.
the only problem I have with this story is the only reason that you're in the apartment is because you had what she wanted. So when you went in there,
that's really not why
No?
I'm in there. No lie.
no. So you go into the apartment, and how long passes before she's like, oh, by the way, can I get some heroin?
Probably like 15 minutes.
Yeah, so you're there for 15 minutes, she asks for it. She doesn't ask you how to do it. She doesn't ask, she just does it.
So then you're there roughly another hour, right? That's the math you just did. 15 minutes in, you give her the bag, 5 minutes to open it and do it, gives you another hour that you're there, correct?
You were there for a long time.
Hour and 20 minutes, give or take.
You were there for a long time.
I was there that long.
That long, my man. Video doesn't lie. So she was totally awake and totally aware for the next hour, is what you're telling me.
Deadass, we was sitting there the whole time trying to get her shit back.
After she had already taken the heroin.
No, she didn't take it first. She didn't do that first. Because like she was trying to call him and all that stuff. The whole time.
But you just said she took it about 15 minutes into when you guys
No,
got it.
that's what she asked for. She got it. She didn't take it.
She didn't take it right away.
No, that's what she just got it like from me. And then it was a liquor bottle we was drinking to like a clear. Because we went to the liquor store right after when she was crying and stuff. Went to the liquor store, got a little bottle also.
Before you guys got to the apartment, you stopped at a liquor store?
No, before we even caught the Uber, like
Yeah.
when they was exactly fighting and she said get the fuck out, all this other stuff. Went to the liquor store, went back to the hotel room and all that. She got her stuff, and then that's when Lady Kimmy was asking.
How many lines of heroin did you see her do?
I ain't see her do no lines.
It's a small one.
She just opened the bag and blew the bag.
No. She went to the kitchen with the dog stuff, and she went in the bathroom and stuff. I ain't see her like do them.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you again. You were there a little while. How was she when you left?
She was just sitting there like in her bed, like just sad, sniffing. Like that's all I could say. And keep saying like,
Well, so let's just
what she's going to do, like how she's going to handle this situation.
Okay, so she passes away. We do blood work, right? That's what we do. We send it out to a professional that tells us that when she took that bag, there's no way she was conscious for more than a couple minutes at most.
Couple minutes.
Minutes. You were there for another hour.
It's science. My body weight.
But I don't know which. I understand, but I
It's
don't
mad,
know
my
if she
man.
took it though. Now I get what you're saying, but I don't know when like.
You described to the detective that you watched her open the bag.
You said I asked, did you open it or she opened it? You said she opened it.
Yeah, she had to because I wasn't.
No.
Come on. Mike, we're just giving you simple math. You
I
understand?
understand what you're saying, but like, I'm trying to keep it 100 now. Like, I'm trying to be 100% honest.
Was she unconscious?
Don't try.
When you left? Yeah.
Don't try.
Was she unconscious when you left? Was she sleeping when you left?
And she was just lying on her, like on her bed.
Were her eyes closed? She was out. She was closed.
No.
Was she lying down? Covers, no covers? The dogs, no dogs?
The dog was on the bed when I was there, and she was like against like on the wall, like sitting there just like crying.
I mean, I'm appealing to your conscience, really. You're telling me you're a good guy, you seem like a gentleman. I'm appealing to your conscience so that we can understand what happened in that room. I wasn't there. All I'm asking you to do is tell me exactly what happened. If she did it in front of you, I want you to tell me. She did it in front of you, right?
I didn't see her do it in front of me. I did not see.
The way you're describing it just doesn't make any sense to me. This girl never did heroin before. She never did heroin before. She needed to know how to do it. You were the guy. So you give her the baggie.
And to be honest, right, when you've done it do you remember the first time you did it? How the hell do you open that baggie? It's not easy. I know it sounds stupid, but opening that bag is kind of a pain in the ass the first time until you get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Right? You're laughing because you know what I'm talking about.
If I'm being all the way honest,
That's all we want.
That's all.
From
I'm begging
here
you.
on in.
Mike, holy shit.
it's not. I'm being serious. I know I'm older and stuff, but first of all, I didn't know that would do that to somebody. Like, I didn't know it was federal.
Oh, you took some that weekend too, right? You were fine?
I didn't take none of that weekend.
Okay. Well, the other people you brought it for, they were fine?
That's, yes.
All right, let's say that.
Yes.
Okay.
Fair.
So yes, so everybody's okay, good. My assumption, like,
Understood.
you know, is good.
We're all good.
Yeah. Okay. Now, like you said, the main thing in your head, like, did I know her in fentanyl? I did not know it was fentanyl. Because, you know, the first time I heard of it, like, really big, was recently for Lil Pete. So I'm like, wow, that really, you know, you're hearing it more now. There are a lot of deaths over that. So now I'm, like, seeing that's a really dangerous drug. So I would definitely not, like, try to kill somebody.
No,
I
I'm
would
not saying you
never-
did anything intentionally,
Yeah.
but
I know.
But if she was unconscious when you left, I don't blame you for wanting to leave. I'd be nervous as hell too. Okay, I'd be scared. This girl's not waking up. I'll give you an example. Is that what happened? I would feel the same way. I'd grab my shit and get the hell out of there. I don't know her. I don't even live here.
Well, I didn't. She wasn't unconscious, but she was like a little bit like sitting there crying and stuff, and she was getting like, I don't know,
You know,
type thing.
well,
I never
she
seen no
names
one.
from doing
I
the.
never seen no one like do all that. Like, you know, like
Do what?
like I never seen nobody like OD, or I didn't see nobody like almost. So I would not know like what's going on. Like if something is about to happen,
Okay.
I would not know. Because the first thing is whether something happened to me or anything. I heard like me learning and all that. You can save someone or do something. You can call somebody like, you know, immediately if something's happening to somebody like in that like certain moment in that time. So I wasn't aware of anything like something really happening to her or something like, you know. Honestly.
Now, do you think that she was crying and gasping, like emotional gasping, or like maybe it could have been?
It could have been. It could have been both.
You know what I'm saying? Like if she
Yes.
was having some sort of respiratory trouble at that time, could it have been just a medical gasping instead of crying? I'm asking you. I wasn't there.
It could have been.
And listen, and I'm not, like, we don't think you did anything intentional, but
No.
I understand, and I don't judge people. Look, I have many tattoos as you, but you're in an apartment where a white girl is passing out, I'd get the fuck out of there too. And I don't want to make this a racial thing and the way you look, but I could understand you wanting to get out of the apartment, 100%.
That's what
Because
I'm doing.
I'm thinking like somebody that I'm sure you get judged a lot just by the way you look.
24/7.
Before you speak, you're a very intelligent guy. I can tell that just by speaking to you. So I can understand if you thought like, oh shit, I got a white girl here, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And again, I don't want to make it racial, but I'm just saying on mere perception of the way you look. Is that fair to say?
Yes, that did come to my mind, like the whole situation, because
We don't
When
blame you.
you're not in a crack house, you're in a pretty decent neighborhood, right? And there's a white girl in there. So you did think that. I mean, how could you not?
right.
Unfortunately, in today's day and age, that you have to.
So you knew she was in trouble. Why not make that phone call and then leave? Why not say, hey, this girl's got, she doesn't look good. You gotta get somebody here and then leave. Why didn't you do
But
that?
if she was like unconscious or something, I definitely would have made that call.
But you knew something wasn't right. Because
Okay.
everybody else that was doing it wasn't acting that way. Right?
They kept going through the rest of their weekend.
Yeah. You know the difference.
Right.
You know the difference.
You know what I'm saying? Like now you're looking back on it. It wasn't the same as she wasn't reacting the same as everybody else that was using it that weekend, correct?
Right.
All right.
So why didn't you make that call? Why not call? She was in trouble. Why didn't you make that call?
Is it because of the reason I said?
That's one of the reasons the whole thing. But
Okay, but why not call
I didn't get-
why not call from a pay, like, get the fuck out of there and call from a payphone and say, yo, this girl might be in trouble. Listen, I'm just asking you. I would have panicked too.
I didn't think anything like was from the heroin or anything.
Well,
I think-
that's ridiculous. that you
Yeah,
would say
come
that.
on.
What?
She just does it and then...
No, exactly what you just said. If everybody else,
Right. But
so-
she wasn't having the same reaction as everyone else. We
That's
already
what I'm saying.
established.
Everybody else was
But
fine.
it's just that she was already in a different mood. Like she's going through all this, so I don't know. Like
But there's a difference.
if we was just chilling on the maybe like we was trying to talk, hook up, or maybe go on to that, and then she do that, or there's some weird stuff happening, then I would have like really peeped it. But like the stuff that happened and how she was snapping and like all this,
Unfortunately, we already know you're smart, so that's ridiculous that you're saying that. I know you're a smart guy. My 8-year-old comes home and sees my wife crying on the couch. She knows if my wife is upset or if he sees her sick, he knows she's sick. And he's 8, and he's not even fucking close to being as smart as you, unfortunately. You're a smart guy. You know the difference between upset and you know the difference between sick. Okay, so you can't even play the dumb card. That's already out. We already know you're smart. And listen, I don't blame you for getting fucked. I would have got out of there too.
It was a scary situation.
But it is what it is at this point. And if you're not 100% honest, the little one lie they get you in, it's over. They're not even going to fucking acknowledge you. They're not going to use you. You can't be 50, you can't be, it's got to be 100% honest. And that's how people will believe you. And you're smart and you're remorseful. You didn't mean to do it. But it's got to be 100. If it's not 100, the three of us are going to leave this room and you're on your own, my man.
And we're not the only people that can see through it, the bullshit that you were lying before. Anybody else that's going to come talk to you over the course of this investigation is going to see right through it the same way we did. Do you understand that?
And like you said, you get judged 24/7, right? Imagine you in front of a jury telling this story. It's not looking good for you, man. I see through it. They're gonna see through it. Everything's. Just be honest about it.
And you should hope that when you are 100% honest, that's still good enough. You understand what I'm saying?
So fear kicked in.
yes,
Did she go down fast? What was it like?
no, she didn't go down fast. She was like a little bit like nodding off, but she was like, she was just like all over the place, but she was like a little bit nodding off.
Show me. Sit on the floor as she was in the bed and show me what she was doing. And like I said, please be 100 because seriously, I'm hungry. I don't want to get out of here.
She was sitting on the wall.
She was sitting that much up.
Well, it's her bed, so she's like.
Do it exactly.
Like her headboard?
Huh?
That was like her headboard to her bed?
Yeah,
Okay.
the pillows, whatever was there, and all that stuff. And she was like sitting there, like still crying, like hearing crying though, but her head was like.
Show me.
Like this. Like sitting there doing that.
Okay.
And one time, like to be honest, one person that I saw like did it on their own though, on their whole, like that's what they do like 24/7. Someone done it, but it was like good and stuff, you know what I mean? So like I never seen no one like overdose or die and all that, so I didn't know like what to think of it.
Okay.
But you said you got scared.
Yeah.
So why would this, I mean, this to me sounds like normal heroin use.
Yeah, that's what that, yes.
So what you're describing wouldn't
But-
scare
but-
you. You said you got scared. Why did you get scared?
Well, he said, cause at first, I'm in New York. I
Right,
don't
no,
know this area.
but what he's getting at is, no matter how you look, if she's just doing this, that's normal dope doing this. So you have no reason to be scared, because everyone else who does dope does this, and then a half hour later they're fine. There had to be more than this for you to get scared. Normal dope is this. I see that every fucking day on the street.
It's every lean.
Okay? Everybody who does dope does that. There was more, like, if someone did that in front of you, you wouldn't be scared. You've been around people who do dope, you've brought dope to people who do dope, and you've seen people nodding. This was not nodding. Okay? It wasn't this. It was, like I said, your time is limited with us. So, it wasn't, you wouldn't be nervous if she was just leaning.
What made you scared? And think about it this way. Right now, the jury's watching this story. They're thinking, if you tell the truth, if you don't tell the truth, they're going to see through it. Because what you're describing right now, you just told us you got scared, and then you just described normal heroin use to us. They're going to know it's bullshit. The jury's going to know it's bullshit. You're of no use to me if you're only 80% on the table. You need to be 100% on the table.
Right, and be someone in a jury. Everyone can relate to fear. You have to draw the picture for them of why you were fearful. You understand?
We can't give you a story. You can be like, look at me.
This is your life.
I had to get out of there. And that's believable. I believe that. These guys, I don't believe that. Majority will believe that. But I know the three of us don't believe that. Not for a second. And like I said, you come and you're almost like 80% right now. We're still off a lot.
I started panicking.
Why? The reason why, we want to know why. Why? This doesn't make me panic. I've seen people do dope. That doesn't make me panic. That's normal dope. Why? What did she do that made you panic?
When she was sitting there, when she was doing that and stuff, she just started like, it was like just moving different,
Like what? You were there.
Show us. Show us. You're up against the bedboard just like she is. What did she look like? Show us.
She just like sitting there, just like started falling asleep and stuff. Like it was just like the way she was just doing it, like it was really weird though. Like,
It wasn't
I
normal.
don't see everybody like doing it. Like, it wasn't like the norm.
It's a normal thing.
Yes.
Show us what it was.
So the way she's doing it, like he said, she.
No, it's not like I said. It's like you said. I want to hear what you saw.
She's sitting there, she's doing all this, and then she's like just like falling out, and then like falling out, and then like she get up and all that, and like I'm like, you good? She said, yeah, I'm good and all that. I'm like, you sure? She's like, you good. And then next thing,
But
I'm
Next thing,
100% honest.
Please
now.
do.
100%.
please do. I don't want to yell and listen. If you feel like I'm hanging out with you, I don't want you to feel like that.
Because 100%, you're
Okay,
right
what
about
happened next?
You're right about the whole situation.
Okay,
No.
so just tell us.
So next thing, like she's like doing all that, and I'm like, you good? She's good. But next thing, she just like looked like she's falling asleep and shit. So I'm
How was she laying on the bed?
She just lied down though. Like,
Straight back, on her side, on her stomach. Like, you know how she's comfortable sleeping. How did she look sleeping?
she started lying down and all that stuff.
I know.
So she's
how is she lying down?
She's lying down and stuff first, and the next thing
Is that on her side, kind of?
right now, yeah,
Okay.
right there. So I'm like, yo, you good? Like making sure and all that.
But she's okay. I'm sorry.
So she's all that and all that stuff. I'm like you sleepy or something? Like what's going on and all that stuff? She said, I'm okay and all that stuff. I was like, you sure? Do you need to get some sleep or like do you need to get up? What's going on? So she like, I'm fine and all that stuff. So next thing she just say, can you put the blankets on me? Can you do that? Can you? But I'm like, yo.
What's all that? Put the blankets on me. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. What else did she want you to do?
That. And was saying it just like talking about Gucci and all. She just started talking about like, I'm gonna send him some picture, make him regret some stuff and all that. Show it to his girlfriend and all that. That he was sleeping in the bed and all that other stuff and all that. So I'm saying, look, get some rest and all that stuff, and be good. And just like that's the last thing. Like,
I'm still waiting for that fear factor to. I'm not.
No. The whole time I'm worried though. Like I don't know. Like is she really like good? She's saying it, but that's.
Yeah, but I think when you left, she wasn't responding.
I'm assuming she.
No, let's not assume. You were there.
Yeah.
Don't assume.
But I never saw this like ever
Just
happen.
behave.
So
when you started panicking, she was not responding to you anymore.
You were shaking her shoulder.
yeah. Well, I'm saying you good and stuff.
Yeah, she's not answering you.
Yeah.
Did she not answer like when someone's asleep and you're like, yo, are you awake? Was it like that?
She at first she was just like giving me like answer like making noises and then saying like yeah and stuff.
Okay, but eventually that stopped?
Yeah, well, I made sure once I like
Put the blanket on
and stuff and all that.
Now now what happens? You grab, what do? You grab your suitcase and Chucky and you dip? Or like, what happened?
It was like my cousins and I still had to wait for them to call because there's nowhere I could go. I don't know where I'm at.
Okay, so how long is she not responding to you and you're still in that apartment?
They called probably like 5 minutes later and told me.
So she's asleep.
Location.
And you're waiting there, and they call you about 5 minutes later after she's asleep for you to meet up.
No lie, it was just like.
So how long are you in that apartment that she's not
As soon
responding?
as they called me.
No, I'm not asking that. How long are you in that
To
apartment?
6 to 7 minutes.
That she's laying on the bed on her side with a blanket on her.
I don't think she was like.
However she's lying, but you gave her the blanket. So about 5 to 6 minutes that you're still in the apartment that she's giving you no response at all.
No.
Is that true?
No response, yes. 100%.
So this is the question that I got to ask. Why? I mean, and you alluded to it, but you got to tell me, why didn't you make a phone call? You could have done something. Why didn't you make that phone call?
I never been in that predicament. I did not know what to do.
But you could have done something. You could have made the phone call from her phone and left and fucking, you didn't do anything.
Were you worried about using her phone? Tell me we want to know what the thought process is. I don't think you're a bad guy. Trust me, I don't. Because if you were a bad guy, this conversation would be going a lot different. But we want to know what the reason is. And trust me, I understand you were scared. But what's the reason that you didn't use a phone or a pay phone when you got the fuck out of there? Just say, hey, you might want to go check an apartment, blah, 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 and hang up. What's the reason you didn't even do that? Is it because you were scared? Well, tell me why. Did you think that maybe you were going to get your fingerprints off the phone? Like, what was going through your head?
I didn't know. I just didn't know what to do. It was just like, I never saw this before, so it just like, my mind just went blank. Like,
But you've seen people nod, but you never saw people act the way she responded.
I just probably saw one person.
Okay.
And to be honest, this was afterwards, that situation. That's the only time I saw that like, ever.
So this was a new experience.
I never hung around her or dope head, all it, like, really done that, and I don't sell drugs, so I don't know, like, cause reactions and stuff.
To get back to, and I don't want to change gears here, but was your primary reason to go to that party was to bring the dope? Is that fair to say?
No, it was just, everything
Was there a call made to you to bring dope to that party?
no, it wasn't no call, it was just, I know people, that's what
You
they do.
Are you kind of expected to bring stuff when they're around the group?
No, it's just that I hung around. I've been at shows and stuff with them, so I kind of know.
You figured
So
they
their
weren't gonna-
expectations were that you were gonna bring stuff?
It's kind of that they know, I was gonna be at the P joint, and then but they like it's a party, so they knew like. That's, that was one of the parties.
Jersey Devil's coming through. We're good to go.
That was just one of them things that they they do, like they got the code. They probably got somebody get like certain stuff and all that. So I didn't know, but.
All right, come sit back down here. We gotta clear up one other thing. It's just everything you say. Like I'm glad you're almost on board. Like you almost understand exactly what I'm trying to get from you, right?
Yes.
I understand why you didn't make that phone call. You were scared. I understand that. The question that I have for you is, it's going to be complicated, but I have this idea that you may have known that the stuff that you bought from the guy had other shit in it. Am I wrong about that? Because, okay, so tell me this.
I would never buy no stuff
That you know stuff. However, did anything happen over the course of this weekend where you're like, oh, that hit me hard, that hit him hard, that hit her hard, harder than usual?
No, I never I didn't do it. So.
Right, that's not what we're asking. Just remember.
No, I'm not trying to
I don't
make it seem like I didn't do it.
But I don't
just
wanna
saying
keep-
I didn't know what it had in there. I didn't.
We don't want to keep saying the same thing that we know the answers, because we do, but I don't want to be like a know-it-all. But if you brought dope and they were doing it a couple nights before, people would be like, yo, that shit is either there's something in it, or that shit is extra speedy, or extra this, or extra, I usually know. How was their reaction the night before to that dope?
They just say it was a good.
They said it was strong, they said it was stepped on, what did they say it was?
He just said it was good.
They said it was good dope?
Yeah, that's all, and he was good and all that. So I'm like, okay, that's all.
Have you ever done heroin? Be honest.
Probably twice.
Would you know if there was fentanyl on it?
No,
By doing it, would you be able to feel it?
I don't even know how fentanyl is.
Would you know fentanyl if you saw it?
No. And this is all honesty now.
But this is the hurdle that we got to get over, because like I might believe you. I don't know. I want you to try to convince me that you didn't know that there was fentanyl in that. You bought it from whom? The guy that you're describing, or is it some?
No, it's really.
It's really that.
Yes.
How do you get to that guy?
Where in the streets where I'm at and stuff, it's not hard at all.
You can't just pull up on someone and say, give me 20 glasses.
No, someone's got to put you on there.
Yeah.
It's just people. Everybody. It's just like
People don't just know perfect strangers usually, man. Usually you got to get put on by somebody else. I'll vouch for you.
You could be chilling just like how we are and all that stuff. Somebody said, "Oh, I need weed." People be like,
Oh,
okay, they got.
weed's not dope.
I'm using an example.
Or that, but it's a little harder to buy dope.
Right. Not really. No.
I wouldn't sell to somebody I don't know, especially a quantity that you're asking for.
Yeah.
How many bags of dope did you bring to that party?
Probably like 7 or 8. It was just like for everybody at the party, like whoever wants it type thing.
7 or 8. You bought 7 or 8 bags?
No, I ain't purchased them.
No, and you got them from the fat boy in the Red Crown Vic.
Yes.
You bought 7 or 8. You didn't buy a bundle. You didn't buy 2 bundles. You bought 7 or 8. Who buys 7 or 8?
Yeah.
You didn't buy
I'm not no big. I don't know.
No, I understand,
I'm sorry,
but you understand money. You probably could have got a bundle for what 8 costs, and you could have been like, yo, can you, you know what I'm saying?
I don't look at that. I don't invest my money into none of that stuff. So it's like 7 to 8. Okay, I'm contributing to whatever they're
I
doing.
think you're backpedaling.
You're a little more savvy with dope.
Yeah, come on. I mean, nobody's gonna believe you that you didn't know. You're gonna waste your money. You're gonna buy a bundle. You're gonna buy 2 bundles. Like that makes sense to everyone. Everyone in the world knows what they are. Everybody's gonna understand that. You come here to the table and like, I need 8.
Yeah, no one says that ever.
If you came up to my car and said you want an 8, I would
You're
give
a
you a no.
cop.
You either want a bundle or you don't.
Yeah.
Someone comes up to 8, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Really? And you know it too. Come on.
Come on. Really, this is your sticking point? Like this is.
You just went through this whole elaborate story, and this is what you want to lie about?
Let me slow it down and make it a little easier for you to put your mind at ease. 8 bags and 18 and 28 is the same thing.
If you're worried about
No
weight.
more, no less.
Yeah, you have more problems than the weight of the heroin, brother. It's not. That's not the obstacle we're trying to overcome here.
Literally,
We're
for it to
trying
make a
overcome
difference, it had to be about 800 glassines of heroin for it to make a difference. Weight, to be a weight question, okay?
No.
I can't believe this is what you're stuck on. This is the easiest question we've asked you.
Well, I can tell you why,
I'm
because it's not just some random dude, it's someone that's close to him.
Yeah, you know.
I would be the same way too.
I
It was one of my
already
boys.
know that.
Yeah. But at least the guy that made the introduction. It might not be the guy, but the guy that introduced you to who you bought from, that's a friend.
Right, it's someone you're trying not to stick out there. And I
Which is
understand
crazy to
that.
me. I mean, he understands it.
That's my day to day, so I get it. But that's not going to help you with your predicament.
It doesn't help you here. No.
It was people that didn't.
Correct, I know.
The person that I got from, I don't know him and all that.
But the man that put you on is one of your good friends, and you don't want to put his name out there. I get it.
A bunch of people, they gotta connect with me. They know, like, I don't do none of stuff, but they know they do, like, a lot of them type people do it.
I get it.
Name him. The friend that introduced you.
His name is Ant.
His name's Ant.
Yes.
As an answer.
It was yes.
And what's his last name?
I don't know his last name. I could try to figure out that.
But you have him in your cell phone, don't you?
Nah, I don't got him.
No, come on. Now we're.
He's good enough for you. Time out. He's good enough for you not to want to tell us, but not good enough to have in your cell phone.
I was just chilling like just with like a bunch of people and stuff. He's not like the closest one to it, but he was the one that gave it like, oh yo, my boy right here, he cool with me and all this other stuff. He the plug and all that stuff.
Right.
Stuff like that.
And then he called him,
Yes.
and then you guys went over there together.
The dude pulled up.
He delivered it to you.
He pulled it, yeah.
Where were you? Your house or somewhere else?
I was chilling like probably like Centerville. I was out Centerville. That's like
What's that?
That's in Jersey and Camden.
What were you doing there? Just out in the streets?
I was chilling like I always go sit there and write my songs at this like little football field.
Okay, so you were with your friend Ant,
I'm with a bunch of people that are like.
but specifically Ant was there.
Mhm.
And what were you saying? Like, yo, I'm going to this thing out in New York. It's gonna be fucking crazy. They're expecting me to bring shit. What happened?
Well, first brought up the little Pete thing and all
Right.
that stuff. And all that. So that's basically what happened though. When they let me know I was gonna be at the party and all this other stuff, you know.
All right, so Ant calls this dude. He comes through with his red maroon crown bag, burgundy crown bag, big fat dude. You asked for 8. What'd you really ask for? Come on.
I didn't ask for it. I'm just saying that's what I need.
Ain't got it, you can ask for it.
He just said he's good for like that's my homie and all this other stuff. So he gave me this stuff.
How much money
So,
did you give him?
I didn't even have to pay for it. He was just assuming like if he get to them, he can draw in more customers type stuff and all that. It was that type of thing. You know what I mean? Because he know they probably spend money on it if they get
Okay.
tried.
So you give out 2. You don't
So
give out
it
8.
was more. It's more of a sample. Nah, he looking at like all people, whoever's around, all these people at this party and all that. He could make bigger money on.
So does that mean you sat there and had a conversation with the big guy?
No, this is when I told and no, they know I'm in the music stuff, so they know what all these people do and all that stuff. So that's how they look at it all the time.
Yeah, but the fat man ain't giving you trial shit.
No,
unless
he
knows-
probably put.
Who
him
told him
on
that
it.
you're going to this big party for Pete?
That's why I said I told them. So and they probably told him like, yo, you feel me? I could get you to come up like to make money.
So
People spending
So let me
money
get this straight.
on that.
The nice drug dealer that you are a perfect stranger to gives you $30 to $40 worth of free heroin.
He was on this, 80, 90 for a sample, and then if they come back, there's probably buy bundles and stuff. That's how he was looking at it.
You see how that sounds from my point of view or from our point of view? The total perfect stranger that doesn't know you drug dealer just gets put onto you and doesn't want a cent from you to put out $30 to $40 worth of profit on his end to a stranger.
People around.
Let me give you another little piece of legal advice. The fact that he handed you 8 glassines of heroin for free, or the fact that he handed you 8 glassines of heroin and you handed him $40 doesn't make a legal difference. A little bit of knowledge for you. The transaction of hand-to-hand with narcotics, regardless of the amount of currency spent, is still a transaction of sale. So it doesn't make a difference. So please, with that in mind, did you pay him, and how much drugs did he actually give you?
I didn't pay him. He basically gave me some for a sample, though.
Okay.
Did he give it to you or gave it to Ant to give to you? That sounds more believable to me.
That's what he did. He gave it to Ant to give to me. He was like basically trusting him, like his word, using his words. Like,
You want something? Ant ahead? Ant does dope?
Nah.
How do you get in touch with him?
Huh?
How do you get in touch with him?
Well, these not people like I hang around like on the daily or like just talk to. These people like, like you see what's up type stuff, but like they're cool, like you know what I mean? That type stuff.
It's really hard for me to believe you don't have his phone number.
I'm so serious, and plus I just got a new phone and all that. I'm not even like bullshitting.
What about his Instagram or some shit? Could you get him that way?
I could probably try to find it.
Alright.
I could probably like if I see like where yada yada type thing like I'm not saying it's impossible to get in contact with anybody and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I need to see where everybody. I don't be like I'm all the way in Florida for the music stuff, so it's not like I don't keep in contact with all of them out there.
Who did you go to get the heroin the night that you came to New York for in this lobby of that hotel?
You say who did I go to or give it to?
No, you said who you gave it to. I get that. Who did you get it from?
The same person.
Same person.
Oh yeah,
So
that was the same.
So you called up. How did you get in touch with Ant that time?
Oh, okay. We went back down there. I went back down there like they met me halfway, like to bring it back. The dude, he drove his car. He linked up. He had Ant and all them in the car with them. They met me.
What did he charge you that time?
Then he got a bundle.
A bundle. Okay. And how much did he charge you for?
Probably like 110. He probably gave it a good deal.
It's a little pricey. I don't know Camden prices, even for Manhattan prices.
And what did you
Check
charge?
out the
What
band,
did you
no.
charge the guy you gave it to?
But I wasn't selling it.
I thought you said you gave it to some guy in the lobby. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, I didn't sell it after that. I didn't buy it to like sell or make money off of it.
Okay. So what I saw in the video was that you exchanged the heroin with MacNed for money. It's on camera in the lobby of that hotel in Soho.
It's on camera.
You see what I'm saying?
You did it for friendship? Because you just stated to us.
It wasn't.
You just stated another lie. Like I'm
And
having
I just
a
told
hard
you,
time.
if you handed him the drugs and you got no money back, it's still
But I'm
legally
saying-
a sale. You understand?
They gave me money for him to get more, they can get more like.
Okay.
thing.
Now answering his question. How much did he give you?
Probably like.
Not probably.
No, I'm trying to. I can't really.
Well, you remember
You're
you
lying
paid
about silly
110.
things.
You remember you paid 110. You don't remember what you got in return for it?
Probably like 200, 220.
All right, that's a good turnaround.
It's a pretty good turnaround.
I'll take that. Made $1.50. That's it.
And that's 100% honest. So I'm sorry.
So if we were to pick up Ant and we were to talk to Ant, I target Ant, whatever, I do what I do, eventually he's going to be in the chair that you're in. And I'm going to ask him about this, and I'm going to say to him, did you know that there was fentanyl in that heroin?
And I wouldn't. To me, I won't know what he would say though.
Yeah.
About it.
But I mean, what do you think he's going to say?
Probably say no. Probably say I wouldn't know what he would say though. To be honest, but.
I mean, what I'm asking is, are you nervous? Because if I find out that you lied to me and we decide to work together, if we decided to work with you,
I'm not nervous about that. The whole thing, the whole situation, I was nervous about. Like how everything went down. Like it was just like a one-time thing for the P and then the party and then that situation happened. The way because if that situation that happened, I wouldn't even ended up at her place and all that
No,
stuff.
it's the course of events that you couldn't
Like, and
foresee.
then for one like scenario, and then like a big to change around, my future and everything going on. That's the whole thing. Like that was running through my head, to be honest. But now, I don't know what he was saying. All that. I'm not afraid of what he's saying. All that. That's the whole truth and all that.
All right. Are you afraid that other people that we're going to talk to are going to tell us that you knew it was fentanyl?
Oh.
Because you gotta think about it. If it comes out that you're not being honest at this table, then we have to make a decision on whether we're going to work with you or not. If we feel you're not being honest, then it's done. Then it's done. We won't even think about it. So you're good. There's nothing else you want to add.
I'm 100% sure.
How about stuff that we haven't asked, or any details you want to clear up with us? Because this is it.
Is there anything you told us? You told us a lot of lies. We've got the truth. It took a long while. It could have been done in 5 minutes. But is there anything else that you lied to us that we're going to find out and say, fuck this kid, fuck him, we're not going to use him, that you can clear up right now before we leave? Because this is your chance to do it. Once you're a proven liar, you're not any use to us at all. So anything that you may, even little things, come with it right now, so we can be on a clean fucking slate and be 100% honest with each other. So think about everything you told us and think if there's anything you want to change. Because this is the time. After this, it's over.
You got the truth out of me. The whole story, the way everything went down. That's exactly how it went down. That's truth, man. You can question them, the people who got it from and all that. That was like more of they to go to people to get it type thing.
All right. I appreciate your honesty.
Yes, thank you. All right.
You want something to drink or something?
Whatever y'all have.
We're going to put it in
Yeah.
put it in the chair.
Is the
You're going to have to give me just stay seated.